expect the Aatrox, but I really am expecting the Urgot. I think it makes so much more sense given how much of a threat Wunder has been and how stable the Urgot pick has shown to be. It also does play much more like a tank than many of the other carries, and as you say, that does really kind of fit Lemmy's style, and this is a guy who's known as the best team fighting top laner in the LPL.
Yeah, he certainly is, and now that he is on this Urgot
Uzi picks, you could show your jungler here, and I think that is what they're kind of considering. Otherwise, I do think you just kind of...
The question, Jhin is the other favored pick for Hjarnan as well, and we know that it is a very comfortable champion for him.
Which do you prefer when you see the two compositions side by side? Picking a Jhin into Leona, Sion, Urgot. Low mobility, if anybody ever gets in range, he's going to get done. Playstyle, because they had their hand forced in several team fights and did not look to be in control of the game. Let's see whether or not they can survive. Here comes Jankos down in the bottom lane. Body slam's available to him. The target is Ming. He's already used the flash. That's a 3 versus 2. Ming will go down. First blood picked up by Hjarnan and G2. They're looking to escape. Azuzi dashes forward. There's a roar of the Slayer onto Jankos. He manages to survive with the summoner heal. G2 Esports, first kill on the board.
They couldn't find that early game proactivity to open up the map, allow them to snowball these team fights, but now Jankos in the top side.
All right, Letme's in a little bit of trouble here in a 2-on-1. Perkz and Jankos gonna look to drop him down. It's an easy kill secure. The two really feel like their scaling can start to benefit them and help them out.
I mean, honestly, I think they want to avoid team fighting for most of the game. They're trying to go for this slow push style of play, and when your marksman is fairly behind the other one, this is what RNG needs to do, and G2 need to split the map, pressure turrets. All
right, Jankos is going to throw down the stopwatch, try to contest the Rift Herald, and just concedes his life. I have to question the decision-making over a Rift Herald.
I go for RNG to Siege just because of the short range on the Lucian and the potential risk of a Gragas ultimate or a Rakan engage. But I think you hit the nail on the head, Azel. Trying to gain vision throughout G2's jungle is most important. It's being flashed.
Oh, that's a very flash forward. Remember Wunder with no ultimate? Well, he's already down. Wunder's flying and dashing and diving in the fight, but he gets caught by the decimating smash. A retreating Realm Warp cannot escape from Casa. He's threaded the fight through G2, and look at that. Perkz is down. That's the third of the fight. Only the duo left standing, but not for much longer. Hjarnan is feared beyond death. And Letme says, please, I'll have the inner turret.
And this is the worst case scenario for G2 as RNG finds their team fight. The Lucian is at 2 items. Their front line is plenty tanky, and with the minion wave already set up in bot, they can secure an inhibitor.
They're going to get a 20-minute inhibitor here and choosing their timing perfectly. They force the ult out of Wunder. They find the pick on
the all-in potential that RNG have. They might just immediately attack the front line. So I'm looking at this for G2, and I'm thinking they're going to rely on RNG to make a huge mistake right now if they want to stand a chance of turning this around.
Well, RNG are going to turn around the 2v1 in the bot lane.
Here comes Sion.
Perkz are running for their lives after the teleport complete. Solar Flare onto Perkz. He's going to hold on to the flash, and it's Uzi
pushing out mid, but he moves back
up. No vision.
Complete darkness. G2 can't contest this time around. This should be an easy secure for RNG. Excellently done from the LPL representative.
Yeah, really well done from them. The double mountain makes that so...
Stays ahead. And Vedius, you touched on first round Robin, second round Robin. I want to get back to that in a moment as Ming will be stepping forward, gets rooted up, but he's found the Zenith Blade. That means he's got the engage. Fear Beyond Death has already got a kill, but Wunder's got one back. At what cost? The World Ender will bring him back to life, but he's already surrounded by RNG members, and while it looked good to start,
fight RNG now trying to siege at mid.
And I think RNG can take whatever they want. 30 seconds left on Baron, and the Zenith Blade comes over the wall. Ming doesn't find his man, but it doesn't matter. The first inhibitor falls. They'll be able to just peel around to the bottom lane, knock over the second inhibitor as they desire. G2 got a little bit of time before Uzi can get into the fight, and Ming finds the Zenith Blade. That's a defensive flash from Jankos, and G2 are routed and running for their lives. Leppi's ultimate gets the first. There's a reply from Parsa for the second. G2 Esports are being obliterated inside their base. The double kill for Uzi to close it out, and they're going to look for the ace before they finish the base. Letme is trying to hunt him down with those shotgun knees. And the Nexus turrets start to fall. Royal never give up. The #1 seed from the LPL. They will pick up this first game, taking down G2 Esports.
And an incredible first game from RNG. They check all the
know if you can really say those same things in the same sentence.
Well, Azael, you wanted to see the Aatrox and Urgot potentially banned away. They are, and near insta-lock Akali for G2 Esports. We know that this is a team that can flex that top or mid, so I'm interested to see how the rest of the draft plays out.
One of the things that is a bit concerning, though, is we have seen it be fairly ineffective into tanks. And if you draft Lissandra plus a tank, we know that Xiaohu can also play, you know, things like Sion mid, and you have the possibility of putting it in a matchup where it's tougher to snowball.
I also think that the advantage that Akali has is that you can flex it to both top and mid. And even though Lissandra has been locked in, very likely for Xiaohu, given that this used to be one of his big comfort picks when he first joined the pro scene.
But we'll see if they're going to be willing to do that, because against the Rakan and the Lucian, if you miss 4-1-3-1, I think the Varus does make quite a bit of sense. Strong laning AD, especially paired with the Tahm Kench, should be fairly safe against this Varus and Lucian. The Shen here, though, is going to be pretty interesting, because Shen does, again, enable very heavily more diving, more of the same style of play. And
time around. The bot lane is being shut down in favor of RNG, and then they're going to look to continue with this pressure.
All right, Jankos was threatening a dive. Casa still hasn't completed his recall.
This is
now,
risky.
Azael, the solo lane is for G2 in a good position, but look at the duo. Uzi and Ming are already unlocked. They're already making their move. The flawless direct. That's a good stun. Vanguard's edge bounces in, but Perkz is left alone. He's left to dive, manages to pick up first blood, traded back with Casa. It's a 1-for-1 in the top lane.
Going to have to play this a lot more carefully. They do still have very good advantages here on their AD carry, but the rest of the map is going worse for them, and those members on G2 who are ahead have an easier time getting involved.
All right, Glacial Tomb's already been used onto Perkz. He's going to try get some damage reduction down. Casa gets turned around. It's a 1-for-1. Both junglers picking up the kills, but Jankos being chunked down by those ice shards. That's a flash forward from Xiaohu. Here comes the Abyssal Void. Jankos stays alive just long enough to get to Val, but I think the Ignite might tick him down. He survived! How did he survive? Wadid is now looking for Ming. Here comes Wonder on the Akali. He's 0-0-1. Gonna get gobbled up here by Ming. He flashes over the wall, or dashes over the wall is a little bit more correct. And Wonder will be helped out by Wadid. There's the blast cone here to safety. Ming's taking them on a wild goose chase.
He could get the execute.
Will it be long enough? That's the question. Execute, secured. That is a gigantic advantage, denying the goal to Wonder. So that cooldown, that window of opportunity, is also something G2 have to factor into the decision making.
Yeah, it definitely is. And you know, when you're looking towards the Shen versus Akali matchup, you want to see Wonder, you know, do more than just establish a CS advantage. Now that he's on Gunblade, he should really be able to bully this matchup, and you want to see him trying to turn it into a turret or a kill or something.
Well, there's the Tahm Kench. It's been unbenched. Jankos with a flash body slam. We'll look for Xiaohu. Now keep your eyes on Ming. If he gets a good knockup, there could be some follow-up, but there's not. 4 members of G2 collapse, they get the kill.
The flank ready. They decided to just abandon the top lane tower, and they figured, hey, if we get a kill onto mid, maybe we can convert this into either a mid tower or a Rift Tower. And as we say that, here's that Rift Tower.
All right, Rift Herald just about to be secured.
RNG though.
Man that's been charmed up, knocked down. Rift Herald is secured, but at the cost of Wadid's life. Now it's a 4 versus 5, and that stand united from Let Me was monumental. A flash forward will not be enough to secure the kill yet until the rest of RNG collapse. So Rift Herald picked up.
Had he been able to see the map as we do, I think that would have certainly been a dead Varus. In this case, discretion, better valor there, and they're going to look for Wonder.
All right, Wonder's got flash available to him. He's going to be able to dash over the wall for now. Being collapsed on by all 5 members of RNG. The Twilight Shroud will buy some time. Now Wonder's going to need to get over the wall. That summoner spell used. While that's going on, Jankos are picking a fight. Wonder finds Ming. Perkz gets Uzi. And just like that, who baited whom?
So I thought this is going to be exactly what we talked about.
Huge.
RNG with the globals. We're going to try and attack one of the side lanes, but Wonder with the fancy feet escapes from that situation. G2 collapse on 2 members mid. They kill both Uzi and Ming and secure mid tower. Fantastic response from G2.
They're going to get 2 towers off this because Kiarnan was pushing on the top side. This is massive for G2 there, as Perkz is able to essentially corral Uzi into the fleeing Wonder. He picks up a kill on the way out and says, thank you very much.
Any map, I don't think Vision is the deepest for either team. So we need to see a proactive forward-moving play. Vedis, which direction do you think is going to come from as Perkz goes a little bit hunting? The Vanguard's edge misses, the Chain of Corruption misses, It's a comedy of errors as G2 cannot land a skill shot. Xiaohu walks away with his life. He manages to self-cast the ultimate, and now Wadid, he needs to run away. He flashed forward, remember, and is the target on the front line. Wonder's pulling away Let Me as Wadid gets taken out by Uzi. G2 bit off way more than they could chew.
And as you were just pointing out, Uzi now on 3 items, hits that power spike. This is, again, another opportunity where they are at an extremely strong point. The Phantom Dancer is looking to duel.
All right, Wonder's going to get blown up before he can do anything.
They're going to Baron.
He had Flash, he had Hourglass, and he had no time to use it. Touching on the 3-item Uzi, he's got a Phantom Dancer as his third pickup. I love that when you consider Akali and Irelia are going to be jumping onto him, and RNG are the ones that find the pick and get control.
And this is what we didn't get the chance to talk about, is RNG punishing the rotations from the side of G2 as they find that pick and now Casa spam perk.
All right, Stand United's being channeled onto Casa. The Vanguard's Edge comes out, lots of dashing in and out, and Perk stays alive just long enough for Jankos to get there. Chain of Corruption this time round starts to spread on the RNG members, and Jankos is left for dead. Takes the blast gun out to safety as a flawless duel against the stuns.
They're winning this!
Jankos, how did you find Uzi? Uzi, why were you face-checking? RNG are now running for their lives as Xiaohu is low. A devour from Wadid buys some time. G2 are low as well. These teams are fighting on a knife's edge. Wonder will complete the teleport, and RNG sense impending doom. Let Me looks for the re-engage as Xiaohu is dropped to the back line. Wonder's looking for Casa, and Ming is running for his life. Let Me's down. RNG are down, and G2 Ace Royal never give up.
And that was all off the back of beautiful play from Perks. In a 1 versus 5, he buys enough time for the rest of G2 to turn around an overcommitted RNG. It will likely be a Baron as well. Quick shot. This is not how I was expecting this game to unfold, but G2 come out on top.
No, you think that is going to be the fight that wins the game for RNG? It's a 5v4 from them. A clean pick.
At the same time, they're trying to divide RNG so that they can't just immediately force a fight, but Kianan's so close.
Oh, look at that! That's what happens when ultimates connect. Chain of Corruption as well as the Rankos barrel. They find a pick onto Ming. Now Casa and Xiaohu are jumping onto Perks. Perks throws down the stopwatch, stays alive for a few seconds longer, flashes out to safety. The top inhibitor turret is secured as Casa and Xiaohu are like, screw the base, we want the kills, mates. They're chasing Wonder and Perks. This feels personal. Wonder will have some support as Kjanen comes in with the Abyssal Void. Xiaohu escapes with his life for now, and now Casa will get taken down. Kjanen is on a rampage. The inhibitor fell. Another inhibitor turret's going down.
G2 may just continue to push here. They're going to get a second inhibitor for sure. 40 seconds on Karsa, so they'll retreat to the Infernal Dragon.
Now, we have to remember that the Baron was secured after G2 found an impressive fight after Wonder got picked off. You could say on paper, G2 shouldn't have secured that Baron. However, the Baron now spawns in less than a minute.
All right, Ming's going to be jumping back in. Uzi's the target. Stand United's being channeled down, but Ming will go down. Wonder's on a killing spree as Casa is caught amongst G2 Esports. Uzi is killed in the back end as Wonder is flying through the map. And it's Kjanen that's got himself another kill, and Perks jumps on the back end with the Vanguard's Edge. Inhibitor is exposed. The Nexus turrets are falling, and G2 Esports punch back, defying all odds, and prove they can go toe-to-toe with RNG 1-1 in the series.
And I was just about to talk about how the setup for Baron was going to be really important for G2, and there you go. You know what? Forget it. Let's just fight it. Are fine with Let Me being on that style of champion. The problem
they had in game 1, and I would say I like this for G2. I think it is intelligent because the other
wins will most likely come from, and they can still flex that Aatrox. It can still go anywhere it wants, but with the Aurelia still open, now is still available to them if they want to grab that one up. Instead, they're just going to stick with the Gragas Gale, and we're going to team fight you. And this is not the style with which G2 got through the gauntlet. This isn't how they've played all year long. This is a team that is very much more around either finding early game leads and then snowballing off of that, or playing...
Find another crushing win. You know, both game 1 and 2 of this series were defined by the stylistic choices.
Ooh, they might hop over here.
And there's a very cheeky level 1. There's a rocket jump, lands for the slow. That's a body slam. There's a stun following up as well. And first blood picked up by Perks.
So this is beautiful from G2. You can see them setting up Braum and the Gragas. So it's just a strong laning phase from Levy as good rocket
what
jump
it's
there.
dead. What it's definitely dead. Gets stunned up. Exhaust comes out. Far too late, and Ming and Uzi just straight up 2v2. Heads up play from Perks.
Great use of the phase rush there to escape from that gank.
Remember,
but
no
now we see
TP
Casa
here.
top lane.
All right, I'm keeping my eyes on the stun. The wall bang from Let Me. There it is. Flash into the hammer shock and just sets it down. 10-minute mark.
Yeah, they've spotted Jankos here. Remember, Kick Flash is available. We could see them look for a play. Levy could even go for a flash wall stun if they really want to commit.
Holding
I
my
think he's
breath.
going to go for it.
Holding my breath. Flash is available, as you mentioned. As soon as Jankos steps in, the heroic charge will be available. It may not even be needed. That was beautiful in its simplicity.
He's going to be able to get this sieging done. He was down, as you said, 30-40 CS. You know, he was getting pressured very heavily. We'll see if Xiaohu can find him here.
All right, Glacial Path as well as the Proto Belt. Buster Shot will buy some time, but Xiaohu's holding on to the ultimate for a few seconds longer. And this should just eventually be the kill.
Things have unfurled. Wonder right now runs the risk of getting collapsed on.
Not the risk. I think he is being collapsed on. We'll throw down the world ender. This will buy some time. Uzi, Killer Instinct available. Not going to use it. Instead, there goes a resurrection here. Flash is up for Wonder, but I think he'll hold on to it. And that's just being caught in the wrong place.
Hope, but you know, in some games, the best thing you can do for your team is simply lose gracefully and let them try to carry.
Well, let's see whether or not G2 can punish Xiaohu. It's just after Wonder was killed, Xiaohu now will be caught up in the bottom lane. But there is a 2 or a 3-man Baron going on. G2 Esports have committed Wonder's teleport. And I don't think RNG are strong enough yet to do this quickly enough, but are G2 even aware? They're stuck in the mid, outer
How are
turret.
they not aware?
Baron is still going low.
They are now.
Will reveal, but it's going to be too late. 3,500 hit points, and nobody from G2 have responded. RNG sneak the Baron from under G2's nose.
This push coming out from RNG is Let Me now 1v1 against Perks.
Well, Perks is going to try chase him down. It will be the cost of 1 and 2 towers. There's already a kill onto Wonder. He didn't even get a chance to use the ultimate. Wadid's coming to help Perks as Let Me flashes for his life. He's already used the Poppycopter, and it looks like Yarnid is going to close this one out. There's a lot of damage from Let Me back, though. In a 1v2, he finally goes down. But at what cost? Perks' Petrifying Gaze is for naught.
The cost of the game.
And the base is broken wide open. Jankos gets caught out by Casa, killed by Uzi, and so has the inhibitor. The Nexus turret is being focused at 25 minutes. RNG are yelling that they are not done yet. Pushing onto the Nexus turrets. They came here to win the series, and this is a statement win after Uzi gives up first blood at 2 minutes on the clock. RNG crush G2's top and bottom lane. They're on match point.
That was a very convincing finish from the side of RNG, but ban. Wait, what am I thinking of myself?
But then you just ban Tom Kench's RNG and they take 1 and you trade. I wonder if RNG is thinking about taking away Tom Kench. They're not going to do it just really good, being able to get out to the side lanes. And if you grab Tom Kench and Nocturne here, yeah, I mean, like, that is super enabling for your split push.
Uzi just flicking through all the available AD carries at his disposal. Looks like he's going to go back towards lane dominance.
Holding that mid lane to be able to actually provide with a lot of wave clear. So this is something where they can hard commit to a 1-3-1. And that is the style that G2 has been best at. And I've got to say, I'm a little surprised by the Galio just because of the interactions with Nocturne. We have seen Galio sometimes really struggle to use that ult defensively into the Nocturne, and it may signify rather that they want to go aggressive.
To me,
Itemizing for Let Me.
And that's a good sign if you're a G2 fan. And if you're a fan of Silver Scrapes in Game 5s.
Who isn't?
Is
Jankos,
a few seconds away from Flash. Seismic Shove comes in. Here comes a Paranoia. The first target is Xiaohu. First blood picked up by Perks. Ming has already roamed, though. The Infernal Chains flashed away from by Casa, and Perks, with the World Ender on, is still running for his life. Now Ming, with some support from Casa, is coming in. The tension is turned back around. Wadid is followed up, and this will be another kill for G2. It lands in Perks' pockets. Garden's joined the fight as well, and they're going to push onto this mid tower.
And minutes. This game, you have to say, is night and day from the last one. Winning solo lanes drafted for G2, and the bottom lane absorbing all the pressure.
Goodbye, Casa! He just gets solo killed by Jankos. A full rotation.
Kind of way more towards the Sivir in a team fight, but the 2-item Lucian is the key point for RNG, and once he completes his Black Cleaver, that's kind of the window that I'm looking at for RNG, but here we go, another fight.
All right, Parano's already thrown down and is already a kill to Uzi. Jankos has soloed him with a little bit of help from Perks. Perks actually got the killing spree. Realm Warpers unfortunately skipped out on his. Perks and Jankos are running up top. Perks has got himself one. Now Ming forced to flash over the wall. Here comes Wonder. He flashes over, looking for the Rune Prison. That's going to be a lockdown onto Ming, and the kill secures available. Picked up by Wonder. That's 3 quick kills. Perks isn't done yet. Finally forced to escape with the Devour. Perks, a G2 squad rather, behind Perks feeling very happy. This game, 2,700 gold lead at 15 minutes. The previous gold deficit for RNG was 1,000 gold fewer. Now the world ended from Perks will buy some time, but it may not be enough. Perks may give the first death up. Whoa, he turns it back around onto Corsa in a 1v3, manages to get the kill. Now here comes Wadid. The Abyssal Voyage Devour keeps the captain alive. The man in the mid lane for G2 Esports at 5-0.
Now, that's the flash down from Casa. All 3 lanes are once again being pushed in for G2. They can set up all their vision around the top side, and they can either go for the Baron, or they can just look to die.
Well, let's take a look. The inner turret is the focus. Ming's body slam does not find its target, but the barrel does. Seismic Shove is also dodged away from as Wadid's used the Devour. It's on cooldown. World Ender's up and available for Perks. He goes into the 1v3. He's starting to resurrect as here comes Xiaohu. Throws down the ultimate, but Wonder kicks him out the fight where he stands. Ming is trying to kill Perks, but the stopwatch buys enough time for support to come. Thus far it's a 1-for-2, and Wonder cleans house. Let me try to get Yarnin, but there's not enough damage. There's not enough time. There's not enough Royal Never Give Up to stop G2.
And G2 stomp RNG in a huge team fight that will result in a Baron. Perks gives up his life for the team, and it is everything that they could want as they look to take RNG to match point.
And you've got to think this is going to be it. This is the push in which they can close out this game. Already 10,000 gold ahead. 2 dragons to their name. Insanely fed.
Given time, the pressure is on RNG to find a way back into this game, to find a way to close the series out. Wonder flashes for his life as Ming's unable to get the barrel down. Xiaohu forced a flash defensively as the third inhibitor falls in the back end. Perks blows up Ming. RNG are routed and running for their lives as Jankos and Yarnin take down the last Nexus turret. The Nexus will be the focus as RNG are trying to push back, trying to stall this out. The Nexus is going down, and ladies and gentlemen, this is going all the way. Do you believe G2 versus RNG in Game 5?
Coast and enable your jungler to make those level 6 plays happen.
Off the lane swap here. So for RNG, they may have to save that pop.
Roll out on getting an early game lead, and RNG immediately say enough of the utility, enough of the scaling, give shit and see if they want to try and give the AD carry as favorable a mid.
Oh God, he might do it.
When champions like Sivir and Kai'Sa would get locked in. Never mind. The story is irrelevant.
That would just take, like, you would have to have more confidence than any human being has ever had.
Really focused time and time again, and for the first time in 5 games, this might just be Jankos coming in. Let's see whether or not they can find the kill. There's the stun onto Uzi. Body block.
He can't get the ward.
Uzi can't pick it up. He's going to go down. Yarnin kills Uzi.
Not really what you want. So I like the pressure that Ming is applying there, and it kind of forces Ming to back off. Jankos tanking Ming.
Yeah, of course, without those chains. Oh, the second ones do, though, and Xiaohu goes down. Beautifully played on the Mimic there by Perks. Jumping to the minion, but look at MLXG with Paranoia available. They're off flashes.
They go.
Yarnin and Wadid. Glacial Fisher comes down, and Wadid forced to flash defensively. He will get taken out. Kill secured by Uzi. Yes, Jankos has arrived, but it may not be enough. Yarnin's got the curtain call available to him.
Rise ulti.
If he needs to, throws it down. Here comes Xiaohu with the Realm Warp, but the rest of RNG, they're backing away. Now they're waiting for minions. As soon as those minions get up, that's going to be the go button. RNG will not find the time, and G2 disengage.
Herald, and they're going to be setting up for the top tier 1.
So if G2 struck first by picking up that kill onto Uzi,
For a potential flank from the side of RNG, while Xiaohu doesn't have it available, it gives a lot of information as to where Wonder is. But we're going to look at Jankos in the top lane.
whoa! look at
Nocturne's
this.
coming.
Uzi gets caught.
The ward!
The ward's on top of the lantern, and Hyanin kills Uzi again. Of both of those lantern kills, if you look at the item differences as well, Perks has got himself the Luden's Echo, and here comes MLXG. He's still got that Rift Herald,
looking.
but Ming's death sentence goes wide. The box goes down, and Uzi jumps in. Here comes MLXG. Defensive flashes. Jankos has already killed
G2's
Ming.
winning
Now
this.
Jankos is turning it back around. Defensive flash from Uzi. Teleport's coming down.
Comes
Let's
Perks.
not this will find out. Perks blows up RNG, and G2 win the fight.
It ends up being a 3-0 in favor of G2.
Look for the play, and he shuts it down hard, and then Perks on the roam gets so much from that, now way ahead of Xiaohu.
Being a favorite in this tournament is
can get
Perks.
more.
Xiaohu may get solo
No way.
killed.
No
The Ignite
way.
is ticking down. One more.
He gets him!
Perks gets the solo kill. 4-0-0. This is his team, and this might be his world.
What?
State, they have wave clear, they have scaling, they have initiation, and I am not going to count my chickens before they have hatched. And I need to see how well RNG handle this mid-game. You can see MLXG as well as Xiaohu coming down onto Wonder. He's used the World Ender, and the Realm Warp will cut off that escape route. But here comes Perks. Rune Prison holds Wonder in place. He will start to revive and resurrect.
MLXG!
Just blows up MLXG. Wonder throws down the Infernal Chains. That's going to pull Lemmy backwards. Perks
Taking it
goes
away!
on the Xiaohu. Wonder's out. Wonder's alive. And Perks is looking for some sort of reply. Now Jankos
comes
trying to
Jankos.
run back down. He's got Ragnarok available to him. Wonder's going to escape with the recall. Now, what did? Well, find a stun onto Let Me. This is chaos, but it is chaos that is benefiting G2.
6-0-0 for Perks.
Up. The first time this organization has made it to quarterfinals, and they are in game 5 with RNG.
And for the vast majority of this, Perks!
So close. The Ignite is ticking. That is not it. Perks is godlike with the help of Hyanin and Wadid. Now they turn their attention onto Let Me. He's just going to get run down.
The wards.
He's find the answer. The answer is no. A death sentence finds its mark, but it doesn't matter. 11 kills to 1. G2, they are going to do it. Continues to grow.
And this is just so amazing for Perks, the guy who failed to get out of group stages for 2 years back-to-back, the guy that was considered the best mid laner in Europe for so long. And now, in a Game 5 versus RNG, he picks LeBlanc and he solo kills the best player in the world. And now, he has his eyes on another pick.
Well, there we go. This is just going to be a matter of time. Perks is legendary. 8
Nobody stop this man!
And take a look how quickly and how effectively did G2 peel. Uzi's got the spell shield and a theoretical lantern that hasn't done
back on.
a whole lot this game already. Perks jumps in with a mimic, gets caught up, dash back to the river. He's already killed Ming, blown him up. The hourglass will buy some time as MLXG's trying to chase him down. Wonder gets the Infernal Chains onto Uzi, and he's got the resurrect. Wants the ultimate. All of a sudden MLXG's down in a 5 versus 3. They're chasing RNG.
The turn to Uzi!
Who manages to turn it around? The AoE inside the choke point.
Perks is looking.
G2's HP. There's the spell shield popped as the 3rd and the 4th shot are fired. It's a 3-on-3 for now.
The game stands on a precipice. This can decide the entire series.
Get in.
Got no vision.
Perks is eyeing for his target.
All right, Realm Whelp is going to deliver on top of the ward. Lemny's going to make it in. Glacial Fisher comes down from Wadid. It's a turn in the fight from G2 Esports. That's a good play. Interrupted. Ming stops Perks. Now all of a sudden, Wonder's running for his life. Look at the re-engage from Lemny. Wonder forced to dash over the wall to safety. Xiaohu's killed Wadid in a 10,000 gold deficit. RNG tear the roof off of Busan, and they are winning the fight.
Ming's play may have just saved the...
RNG have behind them. The TP flank is a real possibility from the side of RNG. And there's enough vision around this Baron area that The G2 do not have full control, but
Alright, Perks got a little bit caught out there. Lim manages to escape with his life, but Ming is dropped very, very
They
low.
got him!
They
Uzi!
got him! Jankos has got one. Uzi forced to flash away, and Wonder's trying to chase him down. The Infernal Chain will pull him backwards. Darkness comes out from the Paranoia, and the rattling of the AoE from Xiaohu
You got
Uzi
Perks!
is melting G2 Esports. Perks is running for his life. The Infernal Chains comes down. It pulls Xiaohu backwards. That's one of the AoE monsters. Yes, G2 got the kill, but man, it felt like they lost the fight.
And
away to go back, and G2, they're starting Baron.
And Uzi is chunked out, no
he's
summoners
going to red
this
buff!
time.
He's going to red buff!
They spotted it now, he's gonna come to Baron, but it may not be in time. G2 could just commit for this Baron, we'll see if they do.
The Lantern is going to pull Uzi into the fight really quickly.
They
3,000
got it.
hit points, it's going to be the focus.
MLXG.
Paranoia thrown down. MLXG will not be jumping back in, but the Death Sentence will find a target. All of a sudden, what it is down. Yes, he managed to get the ultimate off, but it simply isn't enough. Now we're
Rise ulti.
Look at the Realm Warp. That's going to
Perks over the wall.
Perks is looking for Uzi. Chunks him down to 50%. 3 members of G2 Esports have escaped for now, and Jankos will be the sacrificial lamb. Jankos will go down, along with what did, but 3 members of G2 hold the Baron buff.
They top lane here.
G2 playing on all 3 lanes right now.
Perks is going to get a couple more autos with Baron, empowered cannon minion. That's the first turret falling. The mid lane should fall, maybe. No, there's the engage. Death Sentence onto the cannon creep delivers a perfect play. GA.
Uzi's down!
Back up, but with Uzi down, it's all on Xiaohu. Xiaohu's running for the Perks. Perks has found him. Perks goes golden with the hourglass. They may have just done it.
G2 have just dismantled RNG, and they're gonna take their way to the semi-finals!
G2 Esports will find another kill, will tear open the base, and Busan is cheering and screaming and crying. The underdogs reign supreme at Worlds 2018. When expectations were at their lowest, the G2 dynasty will be defined by taking down RNG.